Thanks for sticking around. We're now joined by senior Brian Evans and junior Kevin Gillespie. Brian, how much fun was this year for you as a senior?
It was great. The run we made in conference, it was a great way to go out. Great group of guys. We had a lot of younger guys, but I had fun throughout the whole season, and I was just glad we could make a little bit of a run in conference.
You talk about that run. How much fun was it compared to a little bit earlier when you guys kind of struggled in the non-conference?
Right, non-conference, we got off to a slow start. We were inconsistent, I would say, 4-7. And then after that first conference game, we lost in overtime at Wesleyan. It was really kind of a turning point for us, and we just played with a lot of confidence, and it was really fun down the stretch.
For sure. And talking to you on Saturday, after we kind of recapped the game, talk for you kind of centered on the future for these guys, and you were saying how you think this program is really set up for the future quite well.
Right. We did well this year to kind of get some respect, as Coach mentioned, but I think it's only going to go up in the next few years with all these young guys we have. I'm excited to see where they go.
And Kevin, as we kind of look back at the game last Friday, you guys bring it back to tie at 46. Do you just maybe feel like you kind of ran out of gas a little bit down the stretch?
It looked that way. They ran on us the first half, and our guys weren't getting back, and it didn't look good there. But their seniors stepped up and made big shots in big places, and we couldn't get that. Our inside game just couldn't. They had good shots and just rimmed in and out, and it happened some nights. But when we got to 46, I thought we were going to win the game because the last 3 or 4 games we've been losing, and we came back and tied it in the second half and went on to win. And this time we just didn't have that push to do it.
And you're a guy that's really bombed it from the outside this year, and really with great efficiency, to be honest. What's going through your head in some of those big moments? Like, I know on Friday, a couple of those big trays in the second half. Just, are you even thinking about it when you let it go?
I catch the ball and I'm open. It goes up. I'm sure some people wouldn't like it to go up sometimes, but no, I really don't think I need to make the shot. I need to shoot here. I need to, if I'm open, I'll shoot it, and sometimes if I'm not open, I'll throw it up. But the post do a good job of finding me on the outside after we get it inside and they kick it out, and I think it's my job to knock it down if they find me open.
Yeah, and another guy that we've seen put it in from behind the three-point line this year, CJ Goldthry, really came on as a freshman. What are some things that you kind of see in him as a fellow perimeter shooter, as somebody that's able to really pour it in from outside?
Yeah, he's not afraid if someone's even in his face, and he can make that shot, which is really impressive to me. There's been games where he's made back-to-back shots with guys' hands in his face where I thought there's no way he was going to get it off. But, it's nice to have a guy like that to knock down shots where if he gets hot, we can find him and we can get going, where there's not a lot of pressure on me just to be the only outside shooter sometimes.
And Brian, talking with you after the game on Friday, I asked you the question, when you guys were 4-7, if I had told you how the season would have ended up with sharing the conference trophy, hosting the conference tournament, what would you have said to me? And you said, I thought we would be here this whole time. Well, and it seemed like all the other guys I've talked to felt the exact same way. What was that feeling in the locker room that, you guys had that confidence?
Going into the season, we were young, but we thought we had the pieces that it would take to make a run down the stretch. And then really, I would say we were more surprised in the non-conference when we got off to such a slow start. Mm-hmm. But all along, we knew if we just kind of picked it up on defense and just came together with our young guys, we would really have it in us. And down the stretches, our defense is what got us there.
And Coach, kind of as you and your staff went to work this season and, maybe you get into late December or mid-January, how do you keep these guys from getting complacent and being able to keep that attitude?
Well, first of all, I have a great staff, and so it makes my job a lot easier, and it keeps our kids focused. They do a tremendous job of not only in our recruiting, but in our game day preparation, our practice preparation, to keep everybody focused, and that's something that, within our group, that's extremely important. And it's something that too. These guys, they were fun to coach because they I can't remember too many days where maybe we took the day off where we didn't practice as hard as we could have, and that's something as a coach you always appreciate.
Mm-hmm. And after kind of maybe that rough start, how did it work? As a loss that seemed so crushing in Bloomington, overtime to start the CCIW, did it kind of feel like almost a here we go again, and then you guys just go on this incredible run?
Well, I'm not sure, here we go again, but I think that, that was, to me, was a defining moment for our team. I really felt like that gave them some energy, some confidence that, they could go on the road in this conference, and we had a chance to win and probably should have won the game down there in Bloomington, but we did not. But, from then on, it just seemed like our kids really were focused. It just seemed like they shared the ball with one another. They trusted one another. The chemistry was much better than maybe it was the first 11 games, and that's huge for us, and they just took off from there.
Chris is one of the younger guys on the perimeter, along with CJ, that really kind of emerged this year. How much have you seen those guys really grow as players kind of preseason practice until now?
Yeah, I mean, for all freshmen, it's tough to come in and learn our system. We have a lot of plays and everything to learn and get comfortable with. But when they got comfortable, they got confident, and they became really good players. They really did. Unfortunately, Chris had the little incident during the season where he couldn't play with a heart condition, but he was coming on really strong. It was nice to have a solid backup as a point guard, to know that if I mess up or I'm not playing well, that we'll still be playing well, knowing that he comes out there.
And Kevin, you're one of the guys that really emerged after playing a smaller role last season. What do some of these guys on the team really need to do in the offseason going forward to be able to take that next step?
I think it's just strength in this league. It really is. Like, I was not nearly as strong as I am last year, and realized when I started to get some minutes in the CCIW that it's just it's a strong league, and you got to be able to push right back with the guys that are pushing into you. And if we can get everybody in the weight room this year, in the off season, we're going to be a whole lot better starting off next year.
Is it one of those things where that kind of translates even to the perimeter as well, where a lot of leagues you see, the big guys have to be strong, no ifs, ands, or buts, but is it at your position as a point guard even you feel like you need some extra strength?
Yeah, I think it's almost just as important, because I'm running through screens trying to guard these other guys where, like, if I can't keep up or push him through a screen, I'm not going to get through. He's going to get an open shot and he's going to make it. So yeah, it's definitely just as important to me.
Brian, one of the two seniors on this team, you finished third team all-conference nod this season, number 10 all-time in assists at North Central. What are some of the things you're going to remember looking back over these 4 years?
I'll remember some of the big wins we had this year and the run we had, but more than anything, just all the guys I've had the pleasure to play with over the years, and the trips we've gone on, and just all the good memories with them.
And talking about the big trip to Hawaii this year, I imagine you had some memories with that, and I imagine that was pretty fun as well.
Right, yeah, we spent a week in Hawaii with one game, so we had a lot of downtime to just have fun with the guys, and it was a great experience.
And Coach, I'm sure Hawaii for one game along with a week trip was kind of an easy sell to these guys.
Well, first of all, we were supposed to have 2 games, okay? But one got canceled, so I want to make sure people don't understand that we just went for vacation for one game. But, it was a good experience, and it's fun that the school lets us travel like that and get away, because, there are no classes in December for us that our kids take, so it's a good chance for us to get away, and we're very fortunate that we have the support from the administration that we can go out and play different teams around the country, and so the Hawaii was something that hopefully we can do every 3 or 4 years, something like that. But there's other places that these guys have been.
Well, guys, congrats on a great season. It's really been fun to watch, and glad to see you guys bring home a trophy this year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely. Well, the Cardinal Report's not done rolling yet. We've got more after the break.